They say only two things in life are certain, but that's not really true, is it? You can always count on your best friend to be there when you get home for a hug. Make this the year he gets a hug back at Lake Chautauqua Animal Hospital. Lake Chautauqua Animal Hospital provides the highest level of veterinary medicine with friendly, compassionate service for pet wellness and owner happiness. Call 706-896-1244 today to schedule your appointment. Lake Chautauqua Animal Hospital, where your pet is treated like family.
Sarah, I'm finally going to do it. It's time for Botox to get rid of these frown lines that make me look angry all the time.
I heard about Dr. Frazier in Blairsville and was really impressed. His Botox technique even improved my eyelids and the corners of my mouth. And his introductory pricing was so affordable.
For your next Botox treatment, schedule with board-certified plastic surgeon William Frazier at 706-439-6486. 706-439-6486.
I just heard the screams down at your mailbox, and I know why. Your water bill is 8 times what it was last month. I bet it's a leak. Call Graylin Leak Detection at 706-897-9110. Get the water bill under control when you call Graylin Leak Detection and Plumbing Services.
All righty, folks, we're back with you, and I'll guarantee you this next young man we've got on with us, you're going to love, no doubt about it, with his what they call the machine gun style of delivery and all his animated faces, not to mention he is absolutely a nut. Dale Jones, good morning. How are you, brother?
Good. I'm 18 cups of coffee in. I'm ready to roll. What's up?
I know what you mean, man. I think about you don't need no coffee. I've watched you online, man. You're like wide open.
Yeah, I just got a drip going right in the vein.
Yeah, that keeps you going. Now you're in Nashville now. Where do you live at?
That's where I got started. I started in Nashville in '93. So
Right.
now I'm living in Atlanta. But after Nashville, I went to Fort Myers, Florida. Then I was in Louisville, Kentucky, and then I went to Los Angeles, and now I'm in Atlanta.
Atlanta. Golly, bless your heart.
This isn't
man.
even a long distance call then.
Yeah, you can have Atlanta. I think.
No, I'm actually outside the studio. I just set this thing up behind me.
There you go. We think they ought to, everybody's hollering about a wall. We think they ought to build a wall around Atlanta, and then we just kind of keep the people in.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. People been telling me I need a wall around me half my life. They're like, get this boy in a corner. I was quarantined long before it was mandated. That's my point.
Yeah,
It was
I'm with you.
much, yeah, late 90s, early 80s, maybe. I don't know. All I know is my dad said, get him in the garage, Wanda. It's time to shut the door.
Yeah, I've been all that. Yeah, but they take you to, back in the day, they take you to Sky City and just leave you there, and it's like, where's my family at? You have to find your way back home. But, man, you've had
That's steady. Man, you were fancy. We had, like, the ball pit, and it wasn't even at Chuck E. Cheese. It was, like, at Tom's house.
Yeah, we had Sky. People don't even know who Sky. I'm getting so old, man. I mean, honestly. This is just ridiculous, but anyway. But I love your style, man. And but you're wide open all the time. I mean, you're just absolutely turned on and just keep going. How do you? I mean, you do like an hour show and you never slow down. How do you do that?
I sleep all day.
So you're just up for an hour. You got to get life in for that 1 minute.
That's my hour, man. I put 23, 24 hours into 1 hour, and then I'm like, I'm out, and I just go past that. No, I don't know. I don't go. I'm not as fast as I used to be. When I was 23, 24, I ran around constantly, just on the stage nonstop. And then I blew my knee out and on stage and had to lethal weapon it back in. And ever since then, I don't move as much as I used to. But everybody else thinks I'm still 100 mile an hour. I don't feel like I'm going 100 miles.
Do you have the soundbite of that handy that you can share?
I do, but the last time I listened to
When
it,
your knee popped out?
was the night I was at the emergency room and I almost threw up. So I haven't listened to it since.
How did you blow your knee out on stage? I mean, honestly.
I was doing a bit about how your mother makes you try on the shoes at the shoe store, and then she says, walk around and see if they work. And I said, if shoes ever not worked, and I go, is there anybody standing on their ankles? And I crank my feet out like that, and I'm spinning my arms. And I go, these are broke, and all of that. And I'd been doing that joke for, I don't know, 6 months. And in the back of my head, I was always like, this ain't smart. This is not smart. And I was in Springfield, Illinois, and the crowd kept going. And if they keep feeding me, I'll keep going because I'm a dancing monkey.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I heard boom, and I hit the floor.
All the audience is like, oh, man, this is great. This is great.
Oh, they thought it was awesome.
And then he's not moving.
Man, he don't back down. He goes all the way. And I looked down, and my kneecap was moved over. I could see it in my jeans that it was moved over. And I was like, well, that don't, my OCD kicked in. I was like, well, that don't belong there. So I pushed it back in. And then I was 10 minutes into the show, and I finished the show. I did another 50 minutes, and then I sold T-shirts.
And then you went in the back room and screamed?
Yeah.
Yeah, then they took duct tape, and they wrapped a bag of ice around my leg, and I did another hour show after that, and then I went to the emergency room.
Well, now with duct tape, you're fine. Duct tape fixes everything, man.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. They didn't have Gorilla Glue back then, or I would have used that.
Yeah, duct tape finishes everything, so I'm all about that. But, yeah, that's unreal, man. That's, you better be careful because you're kind of gaining an age. It might be your hip next time,
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. It might be a hip. I don't know. If I'm still working when I can blow out a hip, I'll be pretty happy.
There you go. I believe you're going to be all right. Folks, we're talking to Dale Jones. Go to DaleJonesComic.com. You can see all the stuff's going on. You're going to absolutely love him because he has got a lot of stuff. Funny guy and funny, but it's great. But, you're talking about your mama trying on your shoes. I remember going to the shoe store and your mom like, oh, they mash your toe. Do you feel, is your toe at the end? Is your toe at the end?
You get to put your foot on that cold metal machine.
No, we never done that. They just stuck them on and mashed your toe at the end.
Yeah, right.
You got enough room. So I don't know. But now you're actually married to a comedian. You have your wife is a comedian, right?
Yes. This is my my second comedian I've been married to because I don't learn.
No. I just imagine when y'all get in an argument, man, do y'all like one-liner zingers back and forth? Or, I got a buddy of mine that I know, and he's a preacher, and his wife's a preacher. And I'm like, do y'all quote scriptures when y'all get in a fight? Do y'all like do zingers back when you get in an argument?
So answer that question. Do they throw scriptures back and forth? Because now I'm intrigued on that, and then I'll answer your question.
Well, they actually do, Oh, they quote, in parentheses, chapter 3, God said this, and then, can you imagine that fight, though? Honestly.
That would be hilarious. I would love that. I would let them throw the holy water on each other.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Golly, but yeah.
I did have a youth group when I was in the youth group when I was a kid. I had my youth group guy. He lost it, and he goes, "Dale, thou shalt just not."
There you go.
So he's at the end of his rope. Me and Jody, we do. Of course, there's some banter back and forth, and there is some singers, but we never really insult each other, major, right. I'm not going to say it's a normal marriage because it's two comedians, but on the other hand, it is a marriage. So there's some days we wake up and we're like, oh, God, you're still breathing.
That's it.
So I'm not going to say, a lot of people think we just jump out of bed and it's like Daffy Duck comedy hour. We go, woo, woo, woo,
yeah.
woo. And we do that for 10 hours and then we hit each other with, mallets and we go to bed. It's not like that.
Yeah.
It's not. Everybody's like, oh, it's always hilarious. Like, no, it's a marriage.
What I'd say, though, being married to a comedian, I guess y'all kind of get to bounce off different joke ideas of one another. Of course, I don't know, if you like give her one joke, like, hey, what do you think about this? And she says, oh, that's terrible. And then the next thing you know, she's doing it on stage.
No, because we had such different styles. But the only thing she likes, she's a lot. I'm more goofy and silly and stuff, and she's more reality based, and she's very dark. And it's like she loves Doug Stanhope and David Tell and stuff like that. So if I come up I don't know if I can word this right or not, but if I come up with some kind of rape joke, which I know is probably triggering, she gets mad if she doesn't get to do it.
Okay, I see. I'd let her have it, man. Yep.
Because I came up with a bit about a rape whistle. Like I was taking karate class and I was so horrible. My teacher told me to keep my shoes on and handed me a rape whistle.
Yeah.
So that's as far as it goes.
Yeah.
That's as far as it goes with me because I'm very silly and I just want people happy. But she got upset with me and she goes, "Well, I want that joke." And we fought about that for 5 years.
And then you said 10%. Yeah.
So if she gets the house, if stuff hits the fan. So I think it's fair.
If you get a cruise ship gig, does she get to come along?
She headlines also, so she did her own cruise ship work.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you like the cruise ship? I know we got a lot of folks come on here.
You ever have a problem getting your sea legs?
No. No, I just felt like I was Snake Plissken on a ship, and it was escape from the ocean. You know, I don't know. I appreciate the ship work, and I use it for fill-in work, but I don't want to go live on a ship because I want to go see movies and go to a bookstore and run around, and it turns into Groundhog Day. You know, every Thursday's chicken. Every Wednesday's the Michael Jackson dance class. Everything is this and everybody else is like, oh, this is great. And I go, yeah, when you're on for the fourth day, it's a little starts to get to you.
Groundhog Day. Yeah.
Right.
Oh man, I mean, it's just like, to me, I went on one cruise, and I didn't think it was all that fun myself. You know, of course, I got kicked off for fishing off the back. You ain't allowed to troll when you're on a ship. I didn't realize that. I brought my pole, and I was back there trying to fish. But you know, it's just like they stick you on this ship and then try to sell you everything they can possibly sell you. You know, it's like a mall on the ocean, and they got you trapped in the mall. You know, and I'm thinking, uh-oh.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They tried to sell me a room and a bed and a bathroom. I had to buy my cabin. It was horrible.
But you know, everybody goes for the karaoke. Yeah, I'm a karaoke star. So.
Oh my Lord. Yeah, those people take that serious. I'll be doing my jokes and people are just sitting there staring at me all pie-eyed going, when do I get to sing Garth Brooks?
So do you go out to Las Vegas?
I do. I work Brad Garrett's room at the MGM.
Really?
Okay, the MGM.
Yes.
That's
cool. I worked out there, and one night we were out there, and Seinfeld came through to do a spot. He went up after me, and Seinfeld was there. They got to meet George Shapiro, his manager, and I worked with Don Herrera out there, and Brad Garrett hosts the shows, so that's cool.
That is cool. They say everything in Vegas stays in Vegas, but that's not true if you take a redneck, because I'm telling you, man, rednecks are like, you ain't gonna believe what Steven done in Vegas, you know? Not good.
That's where you get a few Miller
I know.
Lights.
I saw a guy get arrested for peeing in one of them fountains. It was the chocolate fountain at the Denny's. And I think that record went with him back to Biloxi.
Yeah, I can imagine that's right.
So how about overseas? Did you get to Europe or any foreign countries?
I've only done military stuff, and I went to Guantanamo Bay. I did that back in when was that? 2016?
Right.
Somewhere around in there. Yeah, I went to Guantanamo Bay and entertained the troops there, and I've done Canada and stuff like that, and then whatever ports the ships go to, but we don't do ships or shows at the ports. So that's basically just America going out, and but a lot of Canada stuff. Did Toronto and all around there. I was in the Great Canadian Laugh Off, the first ever one, and I was in 2006 or something, and I thought it was hilarious that the Great Canadian Laugh Off, they put an American in it, and he said, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna leave here $10,000. Yeah, I'm not getting out of the country. There's no way." You know,
Billy Bob Thornton, he don't like the Canadian people as far as the audience. He's off. You know, he don't like the people up there in North America when it comes to the audience. I mean, how's the audience with you up there? I mean, you have a good outturning.
Yeah, at first they were back then they like my intro was your next comedian is a damn American.
Yeah.
So that's what we are, huh?
But then I won them over because I'm just an idiot. And then they would come up and go, "We like you even though you are American." I was like, "Okay, so this is the weirdest. I can't. Okay, this is the closest to racism I've ever come. I don't understand. I can't do anything about this."
I just go right on through it and say, "Who writes the checks? Where's show me the money, baby." We get up there and do it. So
I think they didn't like it because they have to learn about our culture and we don't have to learn anything about them. But then I tried to explain to them, we don't really learn about anything. We just get pushed through the system and then we become comedians.
Yeah. So how did you get started actually in the comedian? I mean, you just one day you think, "Heck, I'm gonna be a comedian," or is it something you've been chasing for a long time?
I like comedy when I was a kid. I always quoted lines from movies and stuff. But then when I was about 23, I was driving a forklift at a brake plant,
right,
and hitting things and getting drunk at lunch and acting like a moron. And everybody went, "Hey, there's a comedy club in Nashville here. Why don't you go check it out?" So I just went and sat for a month and watched. And then I thought I could do it, you know. So I wrote like 12 minutes. I went up and found out I had about 30 seconds.
So
I remember I got one laugh, and it's because I screwed up a line, and I said, "Well, I messed that line up, but I didn't say the word mess."
Right.
And the crowd exploded. That's the first big laugh I got. I ran off stage, and I hugged a complete stranger and said, "That was great." And they looked at me like I was a moron. I go, "I'll be back next week," and they're like, "Get this kid a helmet." And, and I was addicted. You get that first laugh from about 200 people. It's an amazing feeling, and I guess I've been chasing that ever since. I'm just an addict. That's what it is. It's not a career.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you love what you do, folks. We're talking to Dale Jones. Go to DaleJonesComic.com. He's got a lot of stuff going on, and he is really. I mean, I love comic. We've had a lot of folks on, and we had Reno Collier, and of course. We told Reno.
I love Reno.
Yeah, I do too. He's a neat guy. We told him to tell all his friends, to kind of support us on our radio station. And actually, the ratings went down that day, I think. But so,
but you ain't seen nothing yet.
Hey, so this is Packy here, and I do Packy's joke of the day every day on this show. And I just had a question: what is it like to have someone laugh at a joke?
That is a good question, Packy.
Yeah.
It's kind of warm and tingly.
Yeah.
It is. It's kind of like when you're wearing Depends for the first time. You don't expect it, but then it's inviting.
Oh, there you go. So
that's inspirational, man. I'm going to keep trying, okay?
You're welcome, brother.
I keep telling Packy, man, they just don't get your jokes, man. It ain't that they're not funny. They just don't get them, They just don't get them. That happens.
Okay, just are they saying who's there after you say knock knock? Because that's very important.
Is it all about the punchline? That's
you
what I
just
want
keep
to know.
saying knock knock, and then finally a dog comes out and attacks your leg. It's very. You just got to make sure.
I had a knock knock joke one time that won the Nobel Prize.
Oh, here we go.
Nice.
Nobel, no more.
I see why you're having problems with
Yeah,
that.
you see what we're dealing with down here, man.
Trying, man.
Yeah, he loves Star Wars, and he thinks everybody loves Star Wars. And I try to tell him, they ain't but just a few people out there. It's,
Well, you got one of them. What's the joke? I'll take a Star Wars joke. Let's do it.
Oh man. So you've been staying. Okay, I know everybody got shut down during the pandemic. You're back open. Looks like you're getting pretty busy. I mean, you've been out making some money, doing what you do.
Yes, I'm finally back to work. I'm doing my thing. Yeah, I've been, and I started at about let's see. World went nuts in March, and by May they were doing drive-in shows. So I was going to comedy clubs were setting stages up in parking lots, and I was going out and doing that. And then they went to 25%, and I would just look every week and see what I'm getting in unemployment.
Right, I know how that is.
And what they were paying me, and I was like, well, it's more than that. And then I was selling shirts that said WTF 2020 on them,
right? And
people were buying those, and yeah, so I just rolled with that, and it seemed to work out really well.
So now you played all over the place. Is there a certain comedy venue that you like better than others? I mean, is there one that you just like, that's the one that I want to be in, or that's the one that you finally got to play that you're like, man, I finally made it?
There was the Funny Bone in Omaha. That's a major room in the Funny Bone chain, and then I got to work Funny Bone in St. Louis, and those were two really big things in my head. I don't know if they are. I know they've been around since the 80s, so they're huge in the community. I don't know if anybody else looks at them that way other than the comedy community, but to me that felt like a milestone. And then there's a club in Florida, Sarasota, where we got married at that club, and that's where we met, me and my wife, and so that was kind of special to my heart.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
But pretty much anytime they give me a check and it doesn't bounce, I'm like, okay, you're my favorite.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Golly, I got to where I don't even take checks no more because people don't take them from me. So I'm like, what the heck? But I don't know. It seems like nowadays, man. I mean, to me, comedians can make fun of anybody or anything, and it's open game. But nowadays, it seems like everybody gets their feelings hurt every time you say anything about an ingrown toenail or their eyes crossed. I don't understand. It's getting harder for comedians. Do you feel like it is, or do you just still just hammer with it and go?
Well, I just go with it, but I'm not that type of comic either. But on the other hand, I don't know. I mean, everybody talk about the Will Smith thing and everything else, and people getting all in their feels and everything. And that's been going on for years. I just think we're more informed.
Right.
I've had people run up on stage on me. I've seen comedians get tackled. There's an old video going around from the 80s where a dude was getting heckled by, comedian, and the comedian said, "Come on up here," and he smashed him with his guitar. I mean, that video's been around forever. We were passing that around on VHS tapes. We thought that was hilarious.
It was hilarious.
And it was called El Kabong or something. I don't remember. But the guy, and he hit him with the guitar, and then he tried to get the crowd on his side, and they were like, "Nope." And then you hear the guy going, "I want my money back." Yeah. So I don't know. I think if you're going to do confrontational comedy, you need to expect confrontation. I fully expect that. If you're going to do silly, goofy comedy, then that you're going to get that too. But I get confronted by stupid stuff like back in the day. Like I talk about Walmart, and somebody would stand up and go, "Now wait a dang minute."
I work for Walmart.
That's my voice. That's my voice. I can hear it now. You do my voice. That's great, man.
I talk fishing shows. I used to talk about how stupid fishing shows were. People lost their minds over fishing shows. I ended up writing a whole bit about how I'm the least controversial comic in America. I don't talk about religion or politics or any of the hot buttons, and I mentioned fishing shows. Now wait a dang minute.
You're going to get in trouble there. Yeah, I've kind of give up on this. I tell everybody I've give up on talking about religion because I get it mixed up. Because just about a year ago, I realized Hail Mary was Hail instead of Hell. I thought it was Hail Mary. You know what I'm saying? So
you're thinking of an old girlfriend.
Yeah, I thought I got to get this up, man. I got to do this up. But now, actually, wait a minute. This is something that is pretty. You actually was in a movie with Denzel Washington, was you not? I mean, honestly.
For that long. Yes, I was. I was. And
wow.
So it was a movie called Out of Time.
Right.
And that's pretty much what they said about my career. I was out of time. And so, no, it's the very beginning of the movie. I was early 30s.
Right.
And I walked on set as an extra, and they said, "Hey, well," and I was supposed to do a scene on a boat. And they go, "Well," I went to wardrobe, and they go, "Well, you look like you work on a boat. Just wear those clothes."
Yeah.
So I'm up there scrubbing on the rail, and he comes walking down the boat dock, which, by the way, was the beauty of Hollywood was he would have had to walk out of the ocean to go on that boat dock that direction.
Right.
But anyway, so he was Aquaman, I guess. So he comes out of the thing, and he's walking in, and he goes, "Hey," and I went, "Hey, Chief," and then that was it.
Wow.
And then they edited my voice out and put somebody else's voice in there saying, "Hey, Chief," so they could keep me as an extra.
Yeah, they don't have to pay you the royalties, man. I know all about that.
And then I was supposed to be in another scene where they were inside the restaurant, and the boat was outside the window, and I was supposed to work on the boat, but I was out there acting like a moron and swinging the anchor.
Yeah.
And acting all stupid. And they honestly said, "Cut, get the moron off the boat."
I've actually tried, everybody, when they get pulled over from a speeding ticket, they always try to get out of it. And I've tried several times, and I always say, "Do you know who I am? I'm Denzel Washington." I'm thinking maybe with some clout like that, they let me go, but no, it didn't work out.
Doesn't work?
No, it doesn't work. I got to come up with another name. So anyway, folks, we're talking to Dale Jones. Dale, we have got to get to a break, man, but I appreciate you coming on. DaleJonesComic.com. Y'all going to love this guy. If you've never heard of him, if you hadn't, you're going to, because I am not kidding you. He has got some funny stuff, and we need to get you and your wife on one morning, see how that works out together.
That would be cool. Yeah. She's running a t-shirt company now called, and doing stand-up also. When the pandemic hit, she decided to just start making, she was already making my shirt. So she opened a company called Comedy Couple Tees. You can go on comedycoupletees.com and you can design your own shirt. She's doing shirts for schools now and Chick-fil-A and a whole bunch of companies.
Well, that's cool. And it's what's it called now?
comedycoupletees.com.
Okay. Oh, a good deal. That'll work. So that hey, man, thank you so much for coming on. We'll get her and you back on, or her on, and see what's going on with that. And like I said, we'll support you all you can. And just go to DaleJonesComic.com. You're going to love this guy. And he's down in Atlanta, so he's a Georgia boy right now.
Come up here to the mountains and see us.
Yep.
If you want to see some videos real quick of what I do, I'm dumping a stand-up on TikTok every day. So Dale Jones Comic on TikTok.
There you go. Anything else we need to put in there before we go?
I'm going to Tampa. I'll be in Side Splitters in Tampa this week, June 30 to July 3rd, if you're going to be down Florida way.
Hey, run over to Ybor City and grab me some cigars and drop off on your way back through.
I will. And then I'll go down. I'll get you some Coors. We'll do a Smokey and the Bandit room.
Hey, let's do it, baby. Yeah, you do it. So, all right, Dale. Thank you, man.
Thank you, brother.
Right.
Bye.
All right, folks, Grayling Leak Detection and Plumbing. Give them a call. They'll save you a lot of money. They got the Leak Detector 4000. And that being said, we'll be right back.
Honey, what happened? You're all wet.
I've been trying to find this dang leak.
Why don't we call
No, I got this.
You always turn these things into a DIY. Why did you do that? I'm calling Grayland Leak Detection and Plumbing Service.
Grayland has specialized equipment to pinpoint any leak, inside or underground, and fix it fast at a fraction of the cost of replacing your whole water service. Call Eric now at Grayland at 706-897-9110 or GraylandLeakDetection.com.
Finally, our water bill looks normal again.
Whether you need a cart to ride around the campground, a neighborhood cruiser, or a utility vehicle for the yard, North Georgia Golf Carts has you covered. Our family-owned company of 16 years offers a full-service department for all major brands, a complete line of parts and accessories, pickup and delivery service, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff. North Georgia Golf Carts is here to make your life easier. Call 706-896-8835 or stop by at 3850 Highway 76. Here at North Georgia Golf Carts, our aim is to keep you rolling.
Improving our patients' dental health, one smile at a time. Dr. Jared Houston, Dr. Courtney Marshall, and Dr. Tom Mims at Mims Family Dentistry live by that principle every day. Receive expert care with a broad range of services, from preventive dentistry and periodontal treatments to dental implants and orthodontics. Or maybe it's just about perfecting a beautiful smile. So if you're looking for a new dentist, consider Mims Family Dentistry on Bill Hughes Avenue in Murphy or visit mimsfamilydentistry.com.
They say where there's smoke, there's fire. But in Blairsville, that's only half true. Barbecue lovers, get your vehicle pointed towards Smokeout Barbecue. Now in the parking lot of Blairsville restaurant Grits and Greens. Just roll down the window and let the aroma lead you to a spread of pork, chicken, brisket, and ribs. And we have all your favorite sides to go along with it. Open Tuesday through Saturday from 11 a.m. until we run out. See ya at Smokeout Barbecue in Blairsville.
For older adults who enjoy their freedom but need a helping hand with everyday life and activities.
Whether independent living or assisted living is your desire, age in place at Brasstown Manor Senior Living.
Enjoy the best in senior care, amenities, and dining in Hiawassee. Brasstown Manor is more than just a place to live. It's a fun, active community, a safe haven, and a lifestyle.
Start your journey at BrasstownManor.com.
Shop the hot summer savings event at Carolina Furniture and Mattress Outlet going on now. Summer is heating up with 60% off retail on everything in stock. You'll love our selection. We have home furnishings in stock and ready to take home or have delivered. Living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, and home accents are on sale. Save 60% off retail on everything in the store. Shop the hot summer savings event at Carolina Furniture and Mattress Outlet in Hayesville. Don't miss it.
Wednesday morning is a good time to get to the bottom of why your water bill is so high. If it is, call Grayland Leak Detection at 706-897-9110. Get the water bill under control when you call Grayland Leak Detection and Plumbing Services.
All righty, folks, we're back with you. Hope everybody's doing good out there. DarylJonesComic.com. He's a cool guy. And I didn't realize he lived in Atlanta. I thought he was in Nashville, but he's down in Atlanta, Georgia. So y'all can check that out. I'm telling you, people need all that's going on in the world today. People need a laugh. You know what I'm saying? And it's just unreal. But anyway, I was looking at some of the stories this morning. I'm just gonna touch on 2 or 3 headlines right here. Pool closes as lifeguard shortage hits American cities this summer. You can't even get some guy to sit there and watch people swim.
Really? Yeah, I heard about that. That's the thing.
Mermaiding grows in popularity among swimming professionals. They're putting mermaid outfits on and swimming. What is the deal with that? Is that normal?
It's good for the silicone industry.
I don't know, man. I'm thinking.
Make a big silicone tail and.
If I go to the beach, I always take in big flipper things. What are them things called, Packy? They're called flippers or?
Yeah, like the flippers for your feet.
Yeah, I put them on where I can swim a little faster because my aerodynamic body style does not flow through the water well. But I'm thinking, ain't no way
but you could just float, though. You just lay on top of the water, though.
Oh, maybe you're right. But I'm just thinking, a mermaid, could you see some dude flopping down to the beach in a mermaid outfit? I'm like, what the heck?
That'd be weird. I'd never do that. Sure.
Okay, baby. Oh, And then the CDC. We know who the CDC is. What does that stand for?
Central Disease Committee.
Control. They tell the public to not kiss or snuggle chickens, ducks, or any backyard poultry because of salmonella outbreak. Are you kidding me? Who in their right mind snuggles chickens?
Guess that means you can't suck eggs either.
Or ducks, or any backyard poultry. Honestly, is there people out there actually snuggling chickens?
Probably not in the U.S.
The CDC, that's the U.S., ain't it? Is that all over the world?
Boy. So do you know why dogs make terrible dance partners?
Oh, here we go with Packy's joke.
They've got 2 left feet.
That's awful.
No, Packy. That's right down the line. Just go snuggle your chicken. Who snuggles chicken?
Or ducks.
Or ducks. I have no idea. I don't know. Who is going to do it? Oh, Lord of mercy. I reckon everything in the world is upside down. We have got to do one more break, I know, because we run over a little bit on that last interview. So
when we get back, we get tickets for Tri-County Racetrack.
But you have to call and be on Packy's Joke of the Day. Mike Z or Ziggy has already started. But anyway, give us a call, 706-379-9770, 706-379-9770. Quit snuggling your chicken and give us a call. And we'd like to thank Grayland Leak Detection for bringing the show today, and we'll be right back.
Did you receive an abnormally high water bill last month? Well, there's a good chance you've got an underground water leak, and an even better chance you don't have the equipment to diagnose and fix it. But I'll tell you who does. Grayland Leak Detection and Plumbing Services, and they're right here in the area. Grayland has the specialized equipment to find the leak and make the necessary repairs at a fraction of the cost of replacing your whole water service. Call Eric locally at Grayland at 706-897-9110 and get the water bill under control.
At Hideaway Lake Chattooga, their motto is eat, drink, and relax. They offer delicious scratch-made meals and handcrafted cocktails in a relaxing mountain view setting. They're known for their personable service, superb burgers, and the coldest beer around. Don't miss Wednesday night karaoke and the great live bands Fridays and Saturdays. They're located at 3915 U.S. Highway 76 in Young Harris. You can dine in, take out, or have it delivered. Find out more and see the event schedule at hideawaychattooga.com.
Well, I needed some new tires, but I didn't know where to get them. I got old tires so bald that you can see the air inside them. New ones, gently used ones, they got Falcons and Coopers, whether you're driving a Corvette or a 65 Vista Cruiser. High Country Tire, cruising up and down these mountain roads in style. Give them a call, don't hesitate or contemplate, you'll appreciate it. It's High Country at 706-835-1488.
With Northside Hospital, you can look forward to new beginnings, look ahead to comeback seasons, and look up for hope and strength. Northside welcomes you into our community of care, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. Led by our expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
Hey, it's Carol from Gibson's in Young Harris. Before taking over the family restaurant, I owned and operated a laundry service for almost 20 years. And now I'm bringing this service back to Young Harris. So come see us and let us earn your business. All washed up, right next to Gibson's Drive-In. We specialize in linens and linen rentals, wash and fold services, comforters, spreads, and the list goes on and on. All laundry services are done on the premises, and each item is handled with care by me. All washed up, open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 2.
Young Harris Water Sports and RV, now offering new RVs from top brands like Cedar Creek Fifth Wheels, Cottage and Villa Park models, Salem Travel Trailers, No Boundaries Extreme Off-Road Towables, and more. Young Harris Water Sports and RV has the largest service center, parts, and accessories selection in the area, so there's no need to leave the mountains. Young Harris Water Sports and RV, located at 3676 Highway 76, or online at yhmarineandrv.com.
Let's go! I just heard the screams down at your mailbox, and I know why. Your water bill is 8 times what it was last month. I bet it's a leak. Call Graylin Leak Detection at 706-897-9110. Get the water bill under control when you call Graylin Leak Detection and Plumbing Services.
All righty, we're back with you. The phone lines are open, 706-379-9770. And join in for Package Joke of the Day. Win all kinds of free stuff. We've got it stacked up knee-deep right here, so 706-379-9770. We got some comments on the YouTube channel. What we got, Packy?
Yeah, so I said nobody laughs, and Melody Bohannon said, LOL, Packy, we laugh, you just can't hear us. So I appreciate the support
They're
there,
laughing.
Melody.
LOL. LOL. We used to, back when we grew up, we put ha-ha. But now it's LOL. Some of them they put on there, I ain't got a clue what they mean. It's just a bunch of letters. And that, I don't know. LOL. LOL.
Well, that goes back to the days of flip phones, of course, where you had to sit there and mash on a key 3 or 4 times just
LOL.
to get one letter.
Folks, y'all missed it during the break. Honestly, we have sat there, and Packy and Mike Z are comparing jokes. And if you notice, when we come
joke
back
is
on,
the worst.
I wasn't laughing because they weren't funny. But anyway, 706-379, call us. Get us on. Get them. Please call Packy because it
Well, a
feels
few of those
the-
jokes Mike Z was saying, you can't say those on the air, man. Those are pretty bad.
Yeah, they were.
Yes. Kleptomaniac.
Hey, y'all know they talk about the San Diego lights that were flashing in the sky, and everybody's like, "Oh, they're UFO. There's UFOs," and it was really pretty cool to see that. Like 3 in a row, and then had 3 in a row, and it was everybody's like, "What the heck's going on with all this?" But I reckon they have finally solved the mystery, according to the U.S. Coast Guard. So they were actually from flares fired from a ship off the coast. So. I don't know how them flares work, but they stay up in the sky for.
Doesn't that usually mean somebody's in trouble? You think somebody might
It's
want
a
to check on them?
UFO. Right.
Yeah, it's like car alarms now that goes off. You hear a car alarm, everybody's like, shut that thing off. You don't pay no attention to that.
Like your smoke alarm.
How long
Dang
is
thing won't quit beeping. Unhook it.
Happens
Take
every
the
time.
battery out of that.
Every time Packy cooks, it goes off. So
That's how you know when it's done, man.
yeah,
You don't have to set a timer. You just
listen for the smoke alarm. But I'm thinking honestly, how long does you shoot a flare? Then I just go up and stay up and then come back down. It's like, you can see like fireworks how they work. I would think a flare, but these things actually stayed in the sky. I think it's a cover up. I think it's a conspiracy theory going on here.
I agree.
I think they're UFOs.
You and I actually saw a UFO at one time. Really did. Stephen and I saw the same thing. It was
Hovering over Lake Nautilus.
But we were both coming back from
A gig.
gigs at bars. So.
I was actually coming back from Atlanta thinking you were, I don't know, where was you at?
Oh, right. Yeah, you're Baptist. Yeah, you were coming back from church in Atlanta, right? Yeah.
Is that a revival?
Yeah.
Revival. That was really pretty cool, but I think it was just a shooting star. Are you hugging your chicken? Hey, folks, give us a call. Please, let's give some tickets away for. When is the race?
We got the big race coming up this Friday at Tri-County Racetrack, and they got the fireworks show, too. Speaking of giant balls of fire in the sky.
There you go. It's 4th of July weekend, man. Now, I know at Brasstown Valley, man, they put on a heck of a show over here. I know they put on a heck of a show. And I think they're probably doing – I think Meeks Park's got a big show going on.
Yeah. And if you like little shows, just go up to the nearest top, and then you can see everybody's fireworks all around you, but they're all really small.
Go where?
Go to the nearest top, mountaintop.
Oh, mountaintop.
Yeah, top.
I wonder like Bell Mountain if you go up on Bell Mountain and watch
I bet that'd be cool.
Yeah. Watch them all.
But they're small. That's the problem. You can see lots of them at the same time, but they're little.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I know out here at Brasstown Valley, man, he rocks it.
So what do you think? What's the best bang for your buck on fireworks?
I'm gonna tell you, Tri-County puts on a good show.
No, I mean just buying your own if you wanted to go buy some.
Buy some?
Go to Tennessee.
I like M80s myself.
I like the mortars. I think that's the best for the money. They're expensive, but for the amount of.
Well, you're married to a rich woman. See, I have
true.
to buy M80s.
Laura Lynn fireworks.
Stuff that we did back when we were
Clover
kids.
Valley.
You get a whole pack of firecrackers, and they're all tied together, and we just light them and throw them under somebody's feet. You can't do that no more. They sue you. It took all the fun out. Or like whole bottle rockets in your hand and shoot them at each other. You ever do that?
Yeah, we did. Mm-hmm.
I don't think does kids do that anymore?
Nothing more disappointing, though, than buying sparklers at Publix in Florida.
Oh,
you can't even get them to light.
Is there any sparkler that's not disappointing, really?
Well,
Sparklers are just good
really
to light
fast
the
in
other
your
fireworks.
Spin them.
That's right.
Like, whoa, that's cool.
Of course, no
Or light them in the middle and watch burn out to both ends twice as fast.
Of course, by that time, when the fireworks are set, Packy's already set, and he's like, "What's that?"
Well, you get twice the show, man.
Like,
You see 2 shows.
Scott, I'm sorry.
So how about a joke that you just can't get? I have a joke here that
Here we go again.
I can't get.
All right.
You going to help me?
I'll try.
It says, what do you get when you pour root beer into a square cup?
Okay.
The answer is beer.
I don't get it.
Help me get that.
Packy, you're
I'm working on it, man. I don't know.
What do you...
Pour beer into a square cup.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, it was on the internet, so it must be real.
Oh, there's somebody who knows the answer. So, I don't know. I'd say they got a lot of fireworks going on around, but I do enjoy going fireworks, especially when somebody else is paying the bill.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I tend to get really cheap when I go to the fireworks store.
Yeah.
It's easy to get cheap.
Ziggy.
Hey, we got C.J. Riley on the phone.
Hey, CJ.
Sounding good, C.J. Well,
Packy was all excited. I reckon they got high crime rates in West Hollywood, and now they voted to cut the funding for the sheriff's office. So that ought to help the crime wave, I'm thinking we got a crime wave. What we need to do, let's cut the funding from the sheriff's office. That should fix everything.
Right, less officers on the road.
That should fix. I just think,
you just don't report it. Then it goes away.
I think this is where all the criminals would be going. If I was a criminal, that's where I'd be going.
all right, we got Karen.
Hey, Karen, we love you.
Hey, you guys.
What are you doing, girl?
I'm just trying to get to work.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I say that every morning, and then I end up going anyway.
Yeah, Lord, yeah. We ain't heard from you in a while. We're glad you called back in.
Well, I just live in the mountains, and I just have to crawl all the way off my mountain to get a signal.
Hey, can you see fireworks from your house when they do fireworks?
I sure can.
Hey.
I got a panoramic view from Murphy all the way to Ducktown.
Hey, can we come up there on the 4th and watch fireworks?
No.
You want to think about that maybe and get back to me?
Do they snuggle with their ducks in Ducktown?
Maybe you want to not be so blunt.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't blame her.
That's what I'm famous for. I'm a Karen.
There you go. She actually runs the complaint department. So anyway. All right, Packy, you ready, brother?
All right, let me get my little fancy sounder here. Hang on.
Okay.
It's Packy's Joke of the Day.
Karen, I have a really special joke for you today since you are, in fact, a Karen. And this is a computer-related Karen joke, okay? Mike Z, you're going to love this one.
Oh, Mike's going to love it, yep.
Okay, so Karen, why did the Karen hit Control-Alt-Delete?
I don't know.
Because she wanted to see the task manager.
Perfect. I thought you wanted to meet Doc Watson.
Oh, Karen,
That's really funny, Packy.
You're just being nice.
Why do you say it like that? That's really funny, Packy.
Yeah,
wow.
it's kind of like.
I am just cracking up.
We got you some tickets, girl. We got you some tickets to go see the race and some fireworks. How about
Karen,
that?
what is your last name?
Golden.
Golden?
That's my maiden name. My name is Karen Gribble.
Karen Gribble, that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm sending Ray Cook your name right now, and you're on the list for 2 people for the race and fireworks show this Friday night, okay?
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, girl.
Y'all
Thanks for
have a good
calling in.
morning.
103-year-old woman becomes the oldest to parachute out of a plane.
Amazing.
I mean, I'm thinking about if I was 103 at that point, I'd give it a whirl.
Sure.
I mean, honestly, if it went bad, it wouldn't matter.
That's right. If it didn't open well.
Yeah, he had a good life.
That's right.
I don't know. I just parachuting. I don't know if I could do that or not. We talked. Paul, he jumped a bunch, and he said it's cool when the parachute opens. But that in between the falling and the parachute opening, that would be a heart attack for me.
Well, he said he actually saw someone
burn out. They call it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. That's why he quit flying or quit jumping, which I can understand that. But he jumped like 180 times. But you think you could ever parachute? I mean, you think you could do it? Is that something you think you'd like to do?
I don't know but like you said, like if you're already, terminal or whatever, I mean, yeah, just do it. I mean, I don't really have, I'm not like scared to do it, I guess, because Because I'm so manly.
Yeah.
But no, like I just don't really have like the desire to do it. I guess.
That's something I don't think. What's the wildest thing
Your sense of adventure isn't calling you, huh?
Yeah, I like other stuff. Like,
yeah,
not that.
Like Star Wars.
Like Star Wars.
All righty, folks. We've done all the damage we can do today, but we will be back tomorrow. Hopefully, we got Mike Z with us, so that'd be good.
You'll have to save that last question for tomorrow.
Hey, y'all go check out Dale Jones. Y'all, I mean, really, he has got some funny stuff, and y'all need a good laugh.
And stay away from chickens and ducks.
Honestly, I'm with you with that, man. Just to he's my friend. I'm gonna love him. I'm gonna hug him. I'm gonna squeeze him. And
put on a mask when
I'm
you're
gonna name him Ralph.
Squeezing your duck.
Yeah. All right, y'all be good.
W249DB and WJULAM, Hiawassee.
Well, look at here. Guess who's number one in the Nielsen ratings again?
Play 97.7.